Why are you doing this?
So my name is Jemima from Penn University branch, YAM. People's well-being has always been on my heart. I mean, growing up, seeing people not knowing about their reproductive health and rights, though they know the basics, but joining YAM, it has given me more insights to teach people, and then also it has helped me to explore. Yes, first I was in my little corner, and then I was seeing things from afar. But now I think I've come a bit closer, and then I'm enjoying it.
Please clap for him. Yeah. Give them fans. Give them fans. Yeah, next.
Okay, so please thank you very much for this opportunity. I'm Malik. I'm young, Kumasi branch, and the issues of sexual reproductive health and rights is something that's very, very paramount because for community development, mostly it's based on the human capital, the human resources. So if the human resources is inactive, it means the population growth will be affected, and also the income that the population will generate will also be affected. So being having the opportunity to be part to promote sexual reproductive health and rights is something that I feel very, 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 very privileged to do, because when issues of human like reproductive health are concerned, it's something that there is no substitute for it. We can't do away with it. So being part of this has been helping me, and it has opened opportunities for me to also help others reach their full potentials. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
My name is Shakira from Tamale branch. So what actually motivated me is that I've been privileged to be one of the sisters. I've been privileged to be one of the sister members, and I realized after the whole training that I was really ignorant, and I have taken it upon myself to make whatever I've learned reach others who were not able to take part. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, my name is Barnabas, and I'm from Theatre for Social Change, Accra. And then what motivates me is that I find it very, very alarming that at some point in almost everybody's life, you are going to experience issues concerning SRHR. And then the number of people that are ignorant about this thing is very, very huge. So this is something that keeps me moving to also spread the news, because we will definitely go through it at some point. Yeah. Thank you very, very, very much. Yeah. So we have a distribution of people across the country, from Tamale to Kumasi to Accra. We can gladly say that Ghana is well represented. We want to hear from you in your daily experiences with young people. What are the key challenges? Not book matter, please. We want to know what young people are going through with their SRH issues, that per your experiences you witness. Even if you have examples, we don't mind listening with our names. Anybody? Don't worry, if you are ready, speak. Yeah.
Okay. So I've realized SGBV is everywhere. In our homes, in our schools, in gatherings, SGBV is everywhere. But the word SGBV is very broad. So until you know it might be happening to you right now, and then you wouldn't know that. you are being harassed. So that is what I have noticed. And some people actually think it's normal, but it's not. For instance, if a guy puts his hand on your shoulder, sorry, and then you probably don't feel comfortable with that, and you don't want to say it because people might say that you have to know something like that. So I think yesterday I was mentioning to Naima that when we're in a car coming from Kumasi, so there was this man who wanted his thighs to be touching mine, and I really didn't like it. Like, I gave him the look, and he removed his leg, and then he did it again. So I actually told him, but if it was someone, the person would have kept it to herself, and like, you will not be comfortable throughout the journey, but you keep quiet. So these are things that happen, and like, I take notes. Like, everywhere I go, if it happens, I just like, this is harassment, but the person won't stop. Wow. Or like, anywhere I go, I just type my mind. Like, if anything of that sort happens, I just look at it, and I feel it's very rampant. Like, it's everywhere.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so basically, as I said yesterday in our meeting, that I'm on Kennedy campus, and I'm happy to be the academic board for my faculty. So I used to meet so many people, and they used to come to me, right, like, as I am a member of YAM. Every day I have so many others, so I used to wait. So they used to come to me. Times I used to organize some sessions, then I used to educate them. Then the most predominant question that they used to, or they want to make inquiries about, is on contraceptives. They've been using it, but they've been abusing it. Yeah. So although they know the options available, but the way they should supposed to use it, they don't know. They are ignorant about that. So I met one lady who was like very close to me. So the lady used to share everything with me. So she told me point blank that she's very sexually active. I said okay, but at least she has to know how to manage it, because see, in this university, if that's your lifestyle, then it means you'll be exploited. He said, oh okay, I won't be exploited because they are contraceptives. I said wow. So this question came to my mind that so okay, in a month, how many contraceptives do you use in a month? He said, oh, I mean this one there, anytime I ask it there, I said, anytime you ask it there, I use contraceptives. He said, but after sex, I will just use. So so that the follow-up question was, so assuming maybe in a week you have sex 3 times, it means every day you use. I said, yeah, I think that's how it should be. And I said, no, you are really causing harm to yourself, because with the contraceptives, it has to be used once in a year. Yeah, once in a year for your purpose sake, if for your reproductive health in a correct manner sake, but unless you use it twice in a year. But you see, and say, oh really? I say yeah. He said, but nobody has told me about that when I said that's why you are learning today. So I said that, so since you've been taking, having to realize there have been some changes in your cycle and other stuff. I said, yeah, I've been experiencing so many things. I said, okay. And you know what was causing it? He said, no, for her, she thinks it's normal. I said, no, okay, let's do this. For this part, for this following 2 months, don't take it and let's see what happens. And till now, like, she's even part of the, she's even part, because it's manifested and it used positive results. And right now, she's very, 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 very thankful that she met me. Other than that, she knows she's doing something better, but in a positive or in a negative manner. Thank you.
I actually wanted to also talk about the misuse of contraceptives. It has become a rampant issue, especially on KNUS campus. Yes, a lot of students abuse it. So please, I need some clarification on the use.
Okay. Please.
Before we talk about that, you should let him also share his experience.
So one thing that I also realized that young people face the most in my setting is also that from questions and answers, sections, workshops, I found out that young people are very ignorant about their health. They don't actually know what like comprises of their health. And then systems in place are also like blocking them from knowing them. So it's like their lives are being decided for them. And sometimes the questions that comes from workshops, like some questions that you don't even expect people to ask, like, is it good to use condom? You know, like, so it tells me that these people are really like ignorant about their health, and they want to know, but systems are not allowing them. And that is why I also think we also need to take up the mantle and spread the word.
Yes, last one, then we move.
Another thing is their fear of knowing their status regards to this HIV.
Okay, then we'll come to the contraceptives issue, but I think some of the points have been mentioned, but off here, if you, based on your empowerment and your experience with young people, what do you think is the main cause of all of these challenges that you are mentioning, from issues of abuse of contraceptives to SGBV to people not even agreeing to have a test and all of that? What are the main causes? We saw Joshua present the root cause. There are branches, there's a stem. But if you want to kill the tree, you must kill the roots. And so what is the root cause, like we say in Ghana, of SRH challenges for young people?
Okay, so I will take this. So, per my observations, I've realized that the root cause of all this problem is that young people are facing difficulties in taking bold steps when issues of their sexual rights are concerned. Because they fear that if they go, or if I go in and they tell me I'm this, what will I do? So they lack the confidence of making bold decisions about their sexual reproductive health. But notwithstanding, they've also forgotten that their sexual reproductive health is a fundamental human right, and something that it must not be undermined. But it's their right to know what it entails, what they should take in, what they should take out, because they own their own human right, like they own their own body, so they have to take bold decisions to know what it entails. So the critical issue, or the summary of what I'm trying to say, that they don't have the confidence to take bold decisions or bold steps to ask questions pertaining to their sexual reproductive health and rights. So that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you won't clap for him. Oh, that's right.
Okay, so I would say that they are ignorant about things they use, for example, the contraceptives. The emergency contraceptive pills is not a family planning method.
Oh, hammer that again.
The emergency contraceptive pills is not a family planning method. So a lot of young ladies don't know this. And then because of that, they use it every day. Like they take it like para. Yeah, so they are ignorant about these things, and they don't also want to ask because it's very sensitive. Like, how can I come to ask you there? I've asked sex, like, what should I do? Or if I want to have sex, what should I do? So I think that is why YAM is here, and we've created safe spaces for them to know.
Thank you very much. Clap for that. And in all of this conversation, it's always young people, young people. And even when you started, it has all been young people. Are there other important players in the health system or in society that basically determine how we behave as young people or influence our decisions? And who are those players and what is their influence on our choices?
I was about to say that. Actually, my problem has always been with the religious bodies because I feel like they form the greater part of the society. Like they influence a lot of people. So it comes with mothers, fathers, uncles, whoever, like the family, the society. These religious bodies really have a lot of influence on them. And these religious bodies uses their religious beliefs to nurture people or children from right after birth. So I think that if my mother is told that like I came to this world, God created us to recreate, and then she also she also passed on this message to me that we came on this earth to recreate, and then I go telling her that I want to use condom so that I will not maybe go and impregnate someone when I'm not ready. Like, I think it will not sound well with her because for all her life she knows God brought us into this world to recreate. So why are you trying to? It's like you're trying to challenge God or something. And then, apart from the religious bodies, we have schools and influential people that should be pushing the message forward. They know that this message should be going forward, but they are not doing it. And then, like, it's like, okay, let's see what happens. Okay, let's see what happens. And then I really have a problem with schools because if the teachers association or the stakeholders, like majority of the stakeholders in schools and some, like, they have the say. So if they really think this is important, they should push it. But because they know the schools are even built by religious bodies, like Presbyterians, Catholics, and all those stuff, like, they don't even raise the issue. And then everybody is quiet about it.
Okay, so let's come to the reality. It is not that in our religions these things are not there. They are there. For instance, in Islam religion, Islamic religion, I didn't know, we all thought abortion is a very big crime, and like, yeah, you're killing a baby, and not like, sorry for using the word baby, but like, that is what they'll say. You're killing, you're doing what you're murdering, and all that. But actually, in Islam, it is stated like that when a pregnancy is hindering or disturbing the health of the mother, you are supposed to get rid of the pregnancy. If the mother should die in the course, if she's the one that refuses to abort, then it's her own, she'll get punished for it. And if it is someone that is hindering her from getting access to abortion and she dies, the person has also sinned. And also, and when we talk about health, it involves a whole lot. So, like, it's just the religious leaders that don't want to speak what is in the religion. But if you actually go to study things, like things yourself, you will understand that these things, like God didn't, you think God didn't know all these things will happen? Of course, God knows all these things will happen. That's why He has created us. So if you go to do the studies yourself, you understand a lot of things instead of just listening to religious leaders. So that's what I encourage you to do.
So sometimes too, it's from families will sit their kids or their children down to teach them about reproductive health. They say when you teach the child from the beginning, let's say the child is small, I don't think our villages, parents will sit and be like, oh, my daughter is 5 years old, let me start teaching her how to properly wear a condom, how to do this, except the basics, maybe menstruation and other things. And then abortion too, some don't encourage it. So when you even tell, when some families are, let's say someone gets pregnant in the family, and then it's the stigma, they will say, you are too young and you've gotten pregnant, you give birth. They don't know that there are some things you're supposed to do. If maybe you don't, let's say you're still going to school and you want to keep the baby or you want to get rid of the baby, it depends on the family. So what I'm trying to say is that some families are still ignorant about these little things. So if they are well abreast on sexual reproductive health and rights, and they know the implications it will have on their children or themselves later in the future, I think they should do it in the early stage.
Yeah, I think, yeah, so I think